Ready to go deep on some weird 80s horror? Let's check out Mortuary, a slasher flick from the late 70s, early 80s, with a heavy dose of supernatural and occult weirdness on top. First things first, Mortuary is usually tagged as a 1982 release, but you'll also see some folks say it hit theaters in '83. Either way, we're looking at that sweet spot for cheesy horror. It was directed and co-written by Howard Avedis, with Marlene Schmidt helping out as producer-co-writer. Money-wise, it pulled in about $1.72 million here in the States, and maybe as much as $4.3 million worldwide, depending on who you ask. Not a mega hit, but not bad for a bargain basement slasher. Here's a quick and spoilery rundown. The movie opens with Christie's dad, Dr. Alan Parson, face down and dead in the family pool. Mom thinks he just had an accident, but Christie's not buying it. On the side, there's this other thing. Greg and his buddy Josh sneak into the town's mortuary, run by the Andrews family, to jack some tires, because their boss hasn't paid them. While they're snooping around, they stumble on this straight-up bizarre occult ritual led by Hank and some women in robes. Surprise, surprise, Josh gets axed by a hooded killer. After that, Christie starts having some truly creepy nightmares and sleepwalking episodes. Plus, she keeps seeing the mysterious killer lurking around. Greg steps up to help, and both start poking around, getting more suspicious of everyone. Hank, Paul, and even Eve. The big twist, turns out Paul, that's Bill Paxton's character, is obsessed with Christie, like really obsessed. And there's dark stuff going down tied to her dad's death and the mortuary's odd goings-on. The movie hits its wild finale in the mortuary's embalming warehouse, in the middle of a no-joke evil ritual. Mortuary tries to stand out from the usual early 80s slashers by tossing in seances, creepy hooded ceremonies, and everything you'd expect from a funeral home setting. Think body coolers, embalming tools, and tight claustrophobic spaces everywhere. The whole thing has this cool low-budget photography style, thanks to Graver, with a few shots that actually look way better than you'd expect from a movie like this. You also get typical 80s stuff, teens stealing car parts, scenes set at the roller skating rink, and some truly questionable fashion choices. And Christie's sleepwalking. That adds some trippy, wait, is this real or is she dreaming? Tension. Classic horror move, but it works. What did people think? Let's be real. Critics did not love this movie. Rotten Tomatoes has it around 29%, and that's with like barely any reviews. But even the haters admit it's weirdly entertaining. Bill Paxton kind of steals the show with his wild performance, and a lot of horror fans remember this as one of those so bad it's good gems. For collectors, it's kind of a hidden gem. There was a limited Blu-ray, only 1,200 copies, and a DVD release with bonus stuff for hardcore fans. Want more 80s movie nostalgia? Hit subscribe on Movies of the 80s and get ready for deep dives, trivia, and all the VHS vibes you can handle.